So I look kind of different. It's been a while since I've really posted anything. I posted my first video in several months last week. And if you look at the video that I posted before that, back in July, I look a little bit different between that video and this video. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of an update on why I look different, what life changes have happened, and kind of an update on where we are today. And hopefully I'm gonna get back into the flow of posting more regularly about churches and creative arts and all that sort of stuff. But today, a little bit of a life update. Back at the end of June, the beginning of July, I finally stepped into something that I've been needing to do for a long time. If you look at this picture of me from back in October of 2018, this was John at almost 400 pounds. And in this very picture, I had just battled that morning with a shirt, getting ready to go to this big event with my wife. And I had two shirts that I had bought that didn't fit me. I had another shirt that I put on that the button broke, and I had to go find another shirt. This was all in the same day. And so John was not having a good day this day. And it still took 6 to 8 months before I finally decided it was time to do something. In April of this year, 2019, I went to the doctor and my weight was 377. I've always been kind of a big guy, but this was beyond. And this was further down than I ever expected to be, further up than I ever expected to be. And so at the end of June, I reached out to someone who my pastor had given me a phone number. It's where he goes to the CrossFit gym. The owner of that gym had started a program called Built Fitness. I'll have links in the description of this, because if you need this same type of help, I would suggest you reach out to Philip Tabor and his wife Holly. They are doing amazing things. They'll work with you wherever you are in the country, and they will help you get back in shape. But it was time for me to do that. So I had his number for about a week. And when I finally gave him a call, I went and I met with him and I started into this process. I'm not going to tell you that this has been an easy last 5 months. It's not been. I've had to put in the work. I'm in the gym probably 5 days a week, sometimes 6. And I've changed my entire eating habits. And I've changed a lot of the eating habits for my family as well. Because it was time for me to get healthy. It was time for me to get in shape. Not just for my family, not just for my ministry, all those sorts of things. Those are all important, but you need to do this for you. You need to have your own reasons, your selfish reasons to do this. And it's not something that you hear, especially Christ followers, talk about a lot. I'm a pastor. You don't hear the word selfish out of our mouths a whole lot. But if I didn't have my own internal reasons for this, my own desires to get healthy and to get in shape, I wasn't going to do it. I've been battling back and forth with my weight for years now. I've tried hitting the gym, I've tried changing diet, all that sort of thing over the years. This is the first time that it was time to do something, and I made this decision for me. I made this decision for me because it was time for me to feel better about myself. One of the really dumb, selfish reasons that I have is I want to walk out on the beach this coming year for my vacation. I want to walk out on the beach and feel confident in myself. Feel okay to take my shirt off and not wonder who's looking at me, who's looking at the fat guy who's on the beach, why is he taking his shirt off? I don't want to have those mental battles anymore. I'm looking forward to having, big pecs and a rock hard abs for the first time ever in my life. It sounds really dumb, but when you've spent most of your life feeling that type of insecurity in your life, you probably understand what I'm talking about. You probably want that for yourself. And it's time for me to have that for myself. Now, there's all the benefits as well of just feeling better. I don't walk off stage huffing and puffing anymore after a worship set or whatever's happened. I can breathe. I feel better. My family is feeling the benefits of this. My kids are going to feel the benefits of this. My daughter especially. She's built like her daddy a little bit, and she likes food like her daddy. And I was already seeing the telltale signs of what I went through as a kid. Overeating, wanting to go back for massive seconds, wanting to spend most of her time with candy and things like that. Now my son, he's like a bird. He might as well have hollow bones. He's light and he's tall, but one day it might kick in for him too, where all of a sudden his body starts to beef up. I want healthy habits for my kids so they can live a long-lasting life. I want to go out and be the dad that can be the soccer coach and run around and not run around with a bunch of 5-year-olds and twist my ankle like I did this last year, or hurt myself, or be out of breath. I want to be able to play with my kids. I want to be able to step into a worship setting and feel confident and not like I stick out because I'm just big. I'm already a black guy in a relatively white church. You can watch that video up here if you'd like to about my thoughts on that. I want to feel comfortable in my skin. So for my ministry, for my family, for my own personal reasons, it was time for me to get healthy. Over the last 5 months, like I said, today is December 17th, maybe. Over the last 5 months since I started this at the beginning of June, I've lost nearly 90 pounds. When I started with Philip and Holly, I was 367. So I'd lost a little bit of weight from back in April. I was 367 when I started. Today, I'm 278. That's huge. That's a lot of weight really quickly, and I've still got a ways to go. I've got a goal to get to that I'm hoping by late spring, early summer next year, I will have hit goal. And you know what? I won't necessarily stick to the stringency that I've been in now, but I'll have a changed life, a changed consistency in my life. And I know I will never go back to who I was. And that's huge. I've changed so much of my process for my day. I'm more awake during the day. I'm eating healthier. I'm eating clean. And I just feel better about myself. That's where we've been over the last several months. I've had other things that I've been focused on as well. That's been the big change. I'll tell you about some of the other things that have been changing for church and my family recently, and what we've been kind of processing through the last few months, and what the church is about to transition into. That's exciting. I'll tell you about that soon. But this one was about me transforming myself. And maybe it's about you transforming yourself too. If I want to be who Jesus has called me to be, it was time for me to focus on physically who I was, not just for the sake of looking good and being sexy and things like that, but because I needed to feel better about me. My confidence is higher than it's ever been, and I feel better than I've ever felt before. And maybe it's time for you to do the same thing. Maybe it's time for you to get healthy and for you to focus on you for a little bit and get to a place where you feel comfortable in your own skin. I hope several of you watching this video already feel that way. I did not. And it was time for me to get okay and be okay and to be healthy for the first time in my life. I'm gonna put links to Philip and Holly down in the description below. Reach out to Built Fitness, reach out to Philip and Holly if you need help, if you need accountability, if you need somebody to walk beside you to help you get to the place that you wanna be. If you got any questions about what I've done, how I've made the transition, drop them in the comments below. I'll try to answer those as best as I can, what I've changed. It's not easy, but it's not as hard as you think it'd be. Skip the fad diets and really transition to something that can be consistent. And that's been the biggest thing. Consistency has been huge, and having accountability has been huge. So that's all I got for you in this one. Hope it was helpful. I hope to see several of you jump in with being the healthiest and happiest you've ever been, spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. All this has come because I decided to make a change in my life, and I feel better than I ever have on all of those levels. So comment below, like, subscribe, dislike if you want to, whatever all the things that YouTube has you do, and we'll see you guys next time.